iPhone 16 and 16 Pro are the latest devices that Apple released, but they're having some problems. So I want to discuss a little bit about this because the Apple's quality control is really going down. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's start with this one. Major issue with the display has some iPhone 16 Pro users hoping that they have a software problem. So it appears that several iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max users are complaining that the screens of their new handsets are having problems when it comes to being responsive. No one likes a lagging touchscreen, especially when the touchscreen is attached to a device you just spent $1,000. Now this is amazing. Now there's a new one. iPhone 16 Pro user experienced touchscreen issues. Some taps and swipes ignore. So this is what happened when literally the quality control disappeared. Ever since Steve Jobs disappeared, we're having problems with iPhones. More and more are having problems, and the iPhone 16 Pro is not an exception right now. Everywhere is complaining about this one. This guy literally just opened on Apple's website forum. iPhone 16 Pro Max freezes after the initial setup. Help! I just got a new phone today and I'm trying to transfer everything over from my old phone via the iCloud setup. I got through all the initial setup screen, but now that I'm on the home screen, the phone keeps freezing. If I try to open an application, it either doesn't open the app at all, or the app opens and then becomes non-responsive. And this is what I'm saying, this is what's happening when the quality control is gone. Now there's another thing here. iPhone 16 is falling behind the competition in one major area. It's about the display. And here we're going to talk about it. Yes, the iPhone 16 is better than the iPhone 15. During Monday's Glow Time event, where the company introduced the entire iPhone 16 series, Apple says the display reaches a peak 2000 nits brightness. That's really impressive ratings, given how some of the best phones out there fail to even come close, which is, understandable. As much as I also want to point out how the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus still remain a 60 Hz refresh rate, and to be fair, I don't care about too much about the 60 or 120 stuff like this. I mean, on the iPhone, on Android I love it. On the iPhone I don't care as much. They should have it, yes they should, because it's a really expensive device and you're expecting people to understand 60 Hz. It's it's standard. You want more, you have to pay 1,000. But okay, I understand that, it's not a big deal for me. Nearly every other phone released in the last year has some sort of upgrade with their display brightness. In fact, it's one of the reasons we specifically call out why you should skip the iPhone 16. Here's the matter. So iPhone 15 for 1401, yeah, 15 Plus, sorry, 1310, 15 Pro 1550, and 15 Pro Max 1550. When it comes to display improvement brightness in the area where iPhone makers pay special attention to improve over their previous devices by keeping their ratings to 2000 nits. That's perfect. Now, brighter screens means better visibility. Rival phones are blinding. So here is where the iPhone 16 is now. Not longer after that, the Pixel 9 Pro XL shattered the record with 2469 nits of brightness, which is 59% brighter than the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I thought Google was being too unrealistic when it claimed 3000 nits rating for the phone, but needless to say, I was surprised by what it actually ended up reaching. For the iPhone 16, it means that none of the new devices stands a chance at keeping pace right on the offset. While outdoor visibility is something I grade all the phones in my review, is not the only defining factor. I will admit that the OLED display that Apple uses for the iPhone 16 model did look sharp and vibrant under normal viewing condition at the Apple event, but they won't be as brilliant as some of these Android phones outside. Now, Apple at the moment, I understand they're cutting costs when it comes to 60 frames per second, right? 60 Hz. Okay, I understand it. Now their display are not even keeping up with the competition. And Apple, I understand, there was never the first one to come with the new thing, which is understandable and things like this. But now they're having touchscreen issues, and it's not the first time. Now they're having the brightness of the display, they're falling behind. The only new feature that they're adding is a button and some AI thing that Android users already have. I don't understand how people are still giving Apple a pass. because it's Apple. Don't get me wrong, I have an iPhone, and I only have an iPhone because of the ecosystem. I record with my iPhone. This is the iPhone that I'm recording right now, to be fair. But in the idea that we're paying premium price for the premium device, and we get the display, really good display, but 60 hertz, which normally you buy them for about 300. You get a not as bright display that you get on a Samsung or even a Pixel. Everybody was making fun of the Pixel, that is not the best one and it's having so many problems. But look what's happening right now. The iPhone are having problems, and I don't see any media cover this one. And when Pixel did it, it was all over the YouTube. When iPhone does it, there's no problem. You know, just an update. Probably you're putting the phone wrong. You're not touching the phone how it's supposed to be. Remember that thing? So in my opinion, the iPhone 16 lineup is not the best one at the moment. And let me show you another thing. How about this? iPhone 16 Pro Max failed the scratch test. YouTuber scraps across the new camera capture button on Apple's 1,200 pounds in this scenario, because we're from the UK, just day after it went on sale. So, and you all know jerry rig everything, you know, pretty big YouTuber, but on number 5 it's already scratching. So this phone is literally not even one of the best ones when it comes to durability and things like this. Now I remember when normally when an iPhone comes out, I remember it has, you know, top quality device, the strongest on the market, really good design and things like this, and now they're coming kind of slowly down, you know. And you can see the difference between Tim Cook and Steve Jobs. When Steve Jobs was in charge, you better make sure that that iPhone will be perfect, except for the iPhone 14 that we didn't keep it, you know. It was our fault, we didn't know how to hold it in our hand. But except for that one, you know, quality control was the most important thing for Apple. And now Apple is slowing down. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I'm curious to see if they're going to fix it with an update or not. But if they fix it with an update, because in my opinion, I don't think it's the updates problem. I have the 15 Pro and I'm up to date with the software, including iOS 18 and everything. And I don't have this problem. That means it will be a problem from the touchscreen. So fixing it with an update might do something else to the device. But you know, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I just want to put it out there because I'm not a big fan when everybody's talking about Android, how, oh, that failed and that failed, and nobody's talking about iPhones. So yeah, just to let you know, the iPhone 16 lineups, they're having some big problems right now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next one.